Ashley from Ashley's Reads on Twitter or Of Fiction and Fantasy on Instagram, and today I am here to tell you about my Al's Toy Barn TBR. In February, I will be taking part in the Pixarathon, which last year I don't think I was doing readathons yet, but it was, I think, Pixar in general, and this one is Toy Story. And I brought a note card this time so I can't forget the authors' names. I can only mispronounce them. But this one is run by Literary Lily, which I will link all of these people down below and the books I mentioned in the description. But she is running Woody's Roundup Readathon. And so I chose for my team in this roundup to be Al's Toy Barn, which the team leader is Darian Reeds, I believe. So this is my board that I made for it, and I don't really have any like non-holiday themes, so we just have like hearts for Valentine's Day and then this little horse for Bullseye. So I picked Al's Toy Barn. It was between that one and Team Andy, because that's just classic. But I am taking part in this with my brother, and he decided that he wanted to do Team Al's Toy Barn because there are less books to read. And it is also where Jessie and Bullseye come from. I'm super excited to be taking part in Team Al's Toy Barn, and definitely let me know below if you are also on my team. I would love to follow you on Twitter and see what books you chose for these prompts. Okay guys, sorry, I'm back. I left to go eat Taco Bell, so I had to redo my hair and my makeup. Anyways, I'm really happy. I actually got some really good news, and I can't share it yet, but I'm not just this excited because of books, but I normally am excited about books. Anyway, let's try to remember what I was doing. I tried to look like Jessie from Toy Story, but I realized the most country thing about me is that I went to university in Kentucky, and sometimes I accidentally say y'all. But I don't own any cowgirl boots or a cowgirl hat, and I try to dress up like a cowgirl, but I really look like I'm about to head off to a preparatory academy. So I tried my best, but I do have lots of blush on. I could manage that at least. I also don't own anything yellow because I'm blonde, and that doesn't really go. But anyways, we are going to be part of this team, so I'm going to go ahead and read the books. The objective is to get 6 toys that go in Al's Toy Barn. Those are our toys. Each one is a book. And the last one is to steal a book from someone else's TBR or borrow a book or something like that, or go to the library. Anything really. The rules are pretty easy, it seems like, and I really enjoy that. But yeah, let's get into it. The first prompt is Tour Guide Barbie, which is to find a book that has a setting, which is the place that you would like to visit. So for this one, I chose A Court of Wings and Ruin because I really enjoy all of the courts. And I think that I would really like to visit the Dawn Court maybe, and I can't remember which courts they go to in this one because I have only read this book once. So I'm doing this as a reread before A Court of... Wow, I pre-ordered it and I can't even... A Court of Silver Flames? Oh my god, I can't remember. That's so embarrassing. I'm sorry. But I'm rereading this, and then I need to read A Court of Frost and Starlight for the first time because I own it, but I've never read it. So I'm reading this one. I'd also like to go to Valaris, and I'm pretty sure that's at least in here. So that's it for this one. This is the only physical copy perhaps on this prompt list so far. Or the second toy to collect is Buzz. This is a sci-fi book. So for this one, I picked Gemina by Amie Kaufman and Kristoff. This one, I actually did have a physical copy that I bought over the holidays, but it was for Noah, so he'll be reading the physical copy. I will do the audiobook and ideally also the ebook because I've been told that that is the best experience. So hopefully, but I did listen to the audiobook last time with Illuminae and I liked that a lot. I will be reading that, like I said, as a buddy read with my brother, and then It is part of my like squad readathon with Melody because she picked Illuminae or as one of her favorites. Will you guys tell me if it's Illuminae or Illuminae? Because I always say each one in this video and then I feel like a fool. So I'd like to know. But anyway, yes, so she picked Illuminae, so I'm cheating a little and picking the sequel because it worked out so well for this prompt, and I would love to continue the series. The next one is to collect Emperor Zurg, and for this one, it is a book that features a villain. So I do have this book, but I just got it in the mail today. I'm supposed to get it within 14 days, and I was supposed to contact BookishFirst if I didn't get it then. So I did, but then it showed up today. Oh, this is stunning. Okay, this book is called, oh my goodness, I need to change where that. It's called Love at First by Kate Clayborn. Something else in here. Oh, oh, that's so cute. They're like little cutouts of what the apartment looks like, or both of the apartments, with like quotes on the back. Oh, from each character in each apartment. Oh, thank you so much to Kensington Books. This is so sweet. I love when you guys send like extra. Oh, there's more. Oh my God. Oh. She thought it looked like a sunrise, this smile, for all that it was still dark around them. Is that what I said? Yeah. It's like an illustration of the characters. I've never had an illustration of characters before. I know that's silly, but I always see you guys opening book boxes and you always get these cool illustrations or like prints. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Character prints, and I've never had one before. So that's really exciting. Oh my goodness. And I love the gradient. You can see how it goes from like a deep like indigo color like down to this pretty purple. I don't even like purple, but I like it on this book. Thank you so much. Anyways, this book features a villain. I did stretch this because essentially, from what I understand about this book, there are two characters and they both are living in this apartment complex. The apartment complex is potentially going to be sold or destroyed. I can't remember. I've only read like the first 3 chapters on an excerpt. One character really wants to keep everything exactly the same, and she really wants to convince this person that he needs to help her keep the apartment and convince everyone that everything needs to stay the same and they can just keep everything going, and he really wants to sell the apartment. So I think that once they find out that each other's motives are opposing sides, they're going to each see the other one as the villain or the antagonist because they are stopping their main motivation, stopping the other person's main motivation to stay in the apartment versus to sell and leave it forever because they can't really each get their goal. So I did stretch it, but I need to read this within 3 weeks from today, ideally. So I will do my best bookish first. Thank you guys so much. I'm so excited to read this. And the next one, Bullseye, which is an animal on the cover. I really stretched this one too. So I have a buddy read of sorts with my best friend Natasha, and she read Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. So she's already finished it, I think at the beginning of last month. January, I guess it's still January. And I have not got into it yet. So I'm moving it to my February TBR. There's not technically an animal on the cover, but Google did confirm that a crawdad is an animal, and the word crawdad is on the cover. So it's fine. I'll be reading that one. For Jessie, is to read a book with a strong female lead. And I actually just had to switch this book because I just won another book this week from BookishFirst. And it is a very long title, but it starts with like the 9 colon symbol, a whole sentence, and I can't remember that, unfortunately. But it is called The 9 by Gwen Strauss. This is a nonfiction biography of sorts about the author telling the story of her grandmother, I believe. It's either her grandmother or her great aunt, who was the leader of a group of 9 women who were able to escape a Nazi camp altogether and find their way to freedom. And I read the excerpt and it was heart-wrenching, and my stomach was nauseous. Just the first couple of chapters, knowing what these women had to endure just to survive, and knowing that that was like the best case scenario because all of the people around them were just dying. And I can't even talk about it without getting emotional, but I feel like it's really important to make sure that their story goes on, and I want to know what they went through to fight for freedom and survival. And I am very excited, doesn't feel like the right word, but I am excited to read it. So yes, I will be reading that. They sound like all 9 of them were very strong women. The final prompt for the toys to collect that go with our team is Stinky Pete, which is to read a book with gold foiling. I don't know if this book has gold foiling, but it's okay because there is one wild card of sorts, and that is to read the team book. So the team book is Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor, and my brother will be reading Strange the Dreamer, but I've already finished that one, so I will be stretching that a little bit and reading Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor, which is the sequel, because you can replace anything with the team book. So I will be doing that. Hopefully that's okay. So I don't normally stretch the rules at all. I'm being crazy in February. Anyways, the final prompt is to steal Woody. And for this one, it was to read a book with a historical setting. And I also just switched this one because I just got an ARC on NetGalley, which is The Stolen Kingdom by Jillian Boehme. And thank you to Tortine for that. I'm super excited. I know that it's a historical fiction, and that is pretty much all that I know about it. I know it's fantasy, and I know almost nothing else. If I applied for it, I wonder if I was told that there was like slow burner enemies to lovers or something like that, or maybe I just maybe the plot was just a really good fantasy plot. I can't remember, but I'm really excited to read it. I think it comes out like the first few days of March, so I think I can leave that towards the end. We'll see. The next thing is that for the squad readathon that I've been working on in January, I only managed to start the library book, which was Nicoletta's pick, and Anne of Green Gables, which was Martine's pick. So I am still going to continue reading those. I've renewed the library book like 5 times. So I am working really hard on those, and no matter when I finish them, I will still be counting them as a January book. But all of my other friends' books will be either going to my March readathon, or if I finish all of these, I guess I'll just read them as extra, like promptless books. Who am I? But yeah, that's the goal. So for them, it is, let me think about this, Caraval by Stephanie Garber, which is Stage's pick, and An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir, which was Nessa's pick. And who am I? Oh, The Duke Who Didn't by Courtney Milan, which is Bailey's pick. And I think, is that all? Are those the only 3? I feel like those are the 3 that I have left. So the goal would be to read them in February after this readathon, or to read them in March. I'm finishing up 4 books in January still. I'm hopefully gonna finish one tomorrow. But so I'm probably gonna wait a week or so to film my January wrap up. But I will next be filming my March readathon announcement. I am going to be doing an Animal Crossing inspired readathon in honor of the anniversary of Animal Crossing New Horizons, which I know got a lot of people through quarantine and the pandemic and living alone or not being able to go to work and things like that. And it was a really exciting time to have everyone get to hang out with their friends when they couldn't in real life. And I didn't get it until like August, and I still had a great time still being a little isolated all year and getting to hang out with my friends. It really made life feel happy again. And so I'm really excited to do a readathon based on that. And I will have an announcement video coming up for that. You can check us out on breezy_hollow on Twitter. But yeah, so those are the only books. This is a very short TBR. This is genuinely less than half than my January TBR. So I'm feeling a lot more confident about this. My average is to read like 5 books a month, so I can actually possibly finish most, if not all of these. Some of these are long. A Court of Wings and Ruin is so long. And I already am just like panicking thinking about all of the books I need to read in March. Because the Court of Silver Flames, that sounds right. I'm gonna go with that. That comes out on the 16th, and Jamie and I should get our copies on the 16th or within a couple of days. And ARCs galore. I'm so happy. That is it for my February TBR list / Buddy Reads list. This was probably a lot longer than I expected it to be, and it's going to be a little clippy. I'm sorry for that. There were a lot of interruptions. I think that is it. As I told you, I will be working on the readathon, the rules of sorts, more like guidelines, to be honest. Like, honestly, guys, do whatever you want. And then there will be the January wrap up, and I've got a few others that I already filmed and just need to get edited. I still wanted to do like my top 5 and worst 5 of 2020, as well as a empties video of just like stuff that I use makeup wise or skincare wise for 2020, which I know isn't bookish. I just always wanted to try it. So that's pretty much it so far. I'm getting caught up a lot better now, and I'm gonna finish reading my little heart out to get these 4 books done because it's already like the 28th or something like that. So, and then this weekend we're going to a couple animal shelters to meet some people. She's not happy. We're gonna meet some other dogs at the animal shelter. They're Labradors. Is that okay with you? Don't you want a friend to cuddle with and play with? Share your bark box with? Oh, you don't want to share your bark box? Well, Caroline is done with this video. She wants to play, even though she doesn't look like it. Her tail is wagging, so she would like to play with her squeakalyptus. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. There are honestly so many readathons happening in February that there doesn't seem to be like a specific one that everyone is in. So I would love to know, like, what are you doing in February? Like, are you in a readathon? Are you not reading at all? Are you in all of the readathons? Like, tell a girl what's up. Let me know what you're up to, what you're reading. If you are excited for an Animal Crossing readathon, yeah, let me know. And we are gonna go play with Squeakalyptus. Thanks, BarkBox. Bye, guys.